right, everybody, welcome back to the Reinvent Yourself podcast. I am really grateful to have here Jennifer Turner Jones, and she's going to be sharing her story, which she was part of our Reinvent Yourself Stories of Transformation book. And I just got to say that, I was really inspired by her story and also just all the amazing things that she's done after the chapter. Like some of the things that she's talked to me about have been like really, transformational and also inspirational for myself. And her chapter is called The Hero Within. So, welcome to the show, Jennifer. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So Jennifer, just to kind of like get things started, can you tell us about your story and what was your story about? Let's start there.
Okay. So my chapter was about when I was 13, I was taken away from my family due to abuse and stuff. So I started this nonprofit called Southern Arizona Book Heroes. And what we do is we give double bags full of children's books to our first responders. So when there's a call involving a child, then the officer gives a book to distract them, soothe them, calm them, and everything like that. Just as the books calmed me when I was taken away from my family and I was put into a shelter. And so that's what we do.
Yeah, no, I love that. And just tell us like about how like a book, something as like maybe to some people it's just, just simply a book, but how can a book help somebody that's going through something that may be similar to your situation, what you went through, like how you got taken away, put in a shelter? Tell us about that.
So for me, a book is so much more than just a book. It's about finding a peace or calmness or going into a world that isn't your own reality. Because when you grow up in abuse and physical or emotional, sexual, all of the things, who wants to live in that reality? And so when I was in the shelter and I would grab a book, I was in, I was so in tuned into the book, into that world that I wasn't thinking about what was happening around me or to me. So,
Yeah, no, I love that. And yeah, it feels like that was kind of like therapeutic for you to be able to
yes,
have
very much
that.
so.
So explain to us like that right there, like how, I mean, I know it helped you like not to think about those things, but in what other ways was it therapeutic for you to be able to read that book? And how can it help other people as well, just by reading a book?
So when I feel like when someone is reading a book, it it helps them calm down, possibly de-stress a little, um, self-care maybe because you're relaxing and not like, oh my gosh, I have to do this or I have to do that. You're just taking time for yourself and reading if it's a novel or biography or a self-care book or something. You're still taking care of you and self-care. And in some cases, it might even help with um, someone's mental health just by de-stressing, like with a book and everything. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And I completely agree with you when it comes to like your mental health. I know that mm, I know for me when I'm reading a book and if I'm feeling a little bit anxious and if I just start reading the book, I'm so focused on that story that kind of like you said, all your worries go away. And I feel like this is something that could really help out anybody who's dealing with like any stress or any anxious thoughts. I know for me that that's something that's been very helpful to just pick up a book and just let that anxiousness go away and then just focus on the book.
yep,
So, yeah,
exactly.
yeah, no, that's great.
Exactly.
So for yourself, during, the book, you shared some like really challenging experiences, but based on these challenges and these struggles that you had, what would you say have been some of the things that this these experiences have taught you based on just, life?
So growing up and after I was taken away and everything like that, I did have an eating disorder. I was bulimic. I was very self-conscious about my body and everything. And I also tried to commit suicide not once, but twice because I didn't want to live in my reality at the time. And so, with writing the chapter and sharing my story outside of the abuse and everything like that, I'm it helped me realize that I'm not alone, that other people have struggles from their past that they try to fight through or deal with, if that's even the right word. And I'm no longer escaping from it. I'm facing it full force and sharing my story, hoping that others won't be afraid or whatnot, and to share their story and know that they are not alone. Just like I realized once I started sharing that I'm not alone.
Yeah, no, I love that, and I know that you shared some stories with me about, how you went out there and gave some talks. People wanted to hear about your story. It sounds like just this story for other people to hear has helped other people. Can you tell us a little bit about how it has helped other people by you sharing your story?
So I am part of the American Legion, and one of our biggest mission statements is Be the One, which is about suicide awareness. And I actually hadn't talked about my attempts until last year when I was asked to be a speaker at a conference because they wanted they wanted the people, the members, to know that it's not just veterans for that fight for themselves, that have the suicidal effects and everything like that. And so for the first time in front of like 200 people, I spoke about it versus just writing about it. And it was really overwhelming. And a lot of people were coming up to me saying thank you and everything. And it's just you need to check on your friends, your people, your family, no matter what. It affects everybody. Mental health affects everybody.
Absolutely. Wow. And just how you said, it sounds like these people, they came up to you and thanking you. And it sounds like just hearing your story helped them in some type of way. Would you say that?
Yes, and if sharing my story, the adolescent abuse or the eating disorder or the suicidal attempts, if me sharing any of that at all saves just one person in any of those aspects, then Southern Arizona Book Heroes and myself has done what our calling is.
Yeah. No, yeah. And I really believe that you definitely are doing just that. And it seems like things are really, coming along when it comes to your nonprofit. You guys are doing a lot of great work. And I know that you all have your new building, which is awesome. That's yeah. I know you're so happy about that. You told me a
Yes.
little bit about that. So just share with us like about that, like how you have your building and just how this has helped you a lot. I know that you mentioned to me.
So I have ran the nonprofit out of my house for the first 5 years. And in September, just shy of our 6 year anniversary, we moved out of my house into an office building. And so now we don't have to find a place to volunteer at. We don't have to, like, we can hold our conference meetings there. We can hold volunteer days and everything. And um, it's nice just to have everything in one spot and not here, here, and here, and here. And it's nice to have a living room back. Just saying.
Yeah. Right.
Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
so that's that, and that just goes to show how dedicated and passionate you are about this. Because for somebody to, like you said, have all this stuff in your house and doing it for the past 5 years, it just shows your dedication, your hard work, your commitment to this. And I think people are seeing that, including myself, of how you are so passionate about, just helping people. And I see that other people are supporting you, are helping you, and it sounds like it's just more things are coming for you and your organization. I've been seeing some of the things that have been happening, which is really cool. And I don't know if you'd be open to sharing that with us, just some of the things that have been happening.
So we just delivered to our 33rd department last Friday,
Wow.
which was Lake
Wow.
Havasu Police. And in June, it's going to be a full circle where I will be delivering bags to Flagstaff Police. And they're the ones who saved me all those years ago when they took me away from my family. So it'll be a full circle going and delivering to them. I'm a little bit anxious about it, but it'll be good. It'll be good. And then we have our annual golf tournament and gala coming up in the upcoming months. And we have volunteer days scheduled throughout the year. And we have started really going strong with our junior ambassador program, which is for eighth graders to seniors. And so we have some events going on that they've scheduled, like a car wash, and it's exploding faster than I ever imagined.
Right. Wow. It's just, and I think you couldn't imagine it, but I think your consistency, your persistence of just doing it. And it's kind of like that. I don't know if you've heard, and it's so funny how you said it's been like 5 or 6 years that you've had this organization. It's kind of like that. I think that's a bamboo tree. I could be wrong, but how you water it for 5 years, and then like in a span of like 90 days, it just explodes into this big
Right.
tree. Which I think that's what you're doing with this. And it's so funny how you said, it's going to be 6 years, and now all of a sudden it's like, whoa, it's growing fast. Well, it's because you've been watering that bamboo tree. I think it's a bamboo tree. I hope I'm saying it right. But now it's like boom, it's growing huge,
Yeah.
and it's because of your persistence, you're consistent. I think that's just on top of just your story alone, also your consistency of showing up for this organization is also like just an inspiration for people who want to follow those dreams, want to do whether it's a nonprofit or starting their company organization. And also then getting that support. So in regards to support, how can people like either get involved as a volunteer? Tell us about the dates if you have them for the gala, and then also for I believe you said a golf tournament. If you have any of those dates, share them with the audience, and then ask them how they can let them know how they can support you or volunteer or donate or sponsor, whatever it is. If you want to just share all that.
Okay. So our next volunteer day is on April 26th from 10 to 1 at the new office, 7290 East Broadway. And then our golf tournament is June 8th, and you can go onto our website at southernarizonabookheroes.org and go under calendar, and it's all there for sponsorships and how to sign up a team and all of that. We also have a volunteer form online on our website that if you are interested in becoming one of our junior ambassadors or a future board member or something, then you can go on to our website again and fill out the form. And then our Once Upon a Time Gala is going to be September 27th at the Casino del Sol. And we have a car wash that the junior ambassadors are going to be running June 22nd, I believe. But again, that's all on the calendar on our website, southernarizonabookheroes.org. SOAZ bookheroes.org.
Awesome. Good stuff. So just to kind of like close things out, I just want to ask you, for the people listening that have been thinking about like starting a nonprofit or starting a business or writing a book or just following that dream, what advice would you give him? If you could give him like maybe 2 to 3 tips, what tips would those be for those people?
Whew. Uh, um, don't let the naysayers let you down. Like,
Mhm,
don't let
mhm,
them take precedence over your thoughts and thinking and everything like that. Like, if you have this vision, this dream, go for it. Don't let don't let those people like say otherwise, that you can't do it or it'll never happen or whatnot, because I'm proof right here. I
yes.
I was told that it would never go, and now we are in 33 departments serving over 15,000 kids in
That's insane.
in our community and in the state of Arizona, and just keep going. And then another one is like just just believe in yourself. Like, um, don't don't let don't let your past hold you down, anchor you.
Yep,
You need
yep,
to you need to let go of that anchor, cut that anchor off, and spread your wings and just go with it. Just go with
yeah.
it.
I love it. Yeah, good stuff. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Those are definitely keys to, getting to where you're at. And like you said, you're the proof. And that's why I love interviewing people like yourselves, because when you see somebody doing what you thought was once possible, impossible, now you see that it's possible because of people like you. And I just want to acknowledge you and thank you for what you do and for staying consistent and for staying on this path, because I definitely 100% know that your story is not only inspiring one person but many, many people. And I'm excited to see you continue to inspire other people. So, again, Jennifer, thank you for your time. I appreciate you, and I appreciate
Thank
you, the
you.
audience, for checking this out. And if you would like to share this story, this incredible story of Jennifer's, please share this in your Facebook feed, just so we can get the word out, and also so that you can help out her organization, which I will put in the comment section, her website, where you can go check out all the amazing events and how you all can get involved with Jennifer. So again, Jennifer, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate you. Have a beautiful
thank you.
day, everyone.
All right, everybody, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.